Shechem, the son of Hamor, set his eyes upon Dinah. He skillfully laid a trap. He enticed her to leave the tent, and then he grabbed her, raped her, kidnapped her, and held her ransom. He sent word back to the Bnei Yaakov that he wished to marry their sister. The sons of Yaakov were aghast by the audacity. Lo yasa zos b'Yisrael, this type of thing is not done. Reuven and Shimon laid a plan to kill out not just Shechem, but to kill out the city of Shechem that defiled Dinah, and that's how the pasuk describes it. They killed the city that defiled their sister. The Sforno is bothered by the problem that it wasn't the city that defiled their sister, it was one man, Shechem. Why is it that the Torah says the city defiled their sister, and why is it that Reuven and Shimon felt fit to kill an entire city? The Sforno explains the only reason that Shechem was able to do what he did was because the city were accomplices, because they allowed such things to occur, because the social climate made it acceptable. Therefore he, as the king or as the prince, was able to do what he did. Had they put their foot down, had they made it very clear that such things could not be done in their society, he never would have done it. Because they allowed it to happen, they're considered willing accomplices, they're considered participants, and that's the answer to the question. The problem is, it doesn't seem to answer the question. Granted, in some sense they allowed it to happen, but why is it that the Torah says they defiled Dinah? Why is it that Reuven and Shimon killed them? It doesn't sound like they were actually involved participants in the activity. One man did it. They may have been somehow involved in the sense that they allowed it to happen, but they surely didn't do it. Why is it called the city that defiled Dinah? And I believe the answer to this is based on understanding what it means to be an accomplice. In 1944, there were 500,000 Jews living in Hungary. In one day, almost the entire Hungarian population was gathered. Within 11 days, they were shipped out to Auschwitz, and very shortly thereafter, within 4 or 5 months, almost the entire Hungarian Jewry was destroyed. Now, imagining for a minute that you're a young Nazi train operator. You're about 18 years old, maybe 19 years old. You've grown up in Nazi Germany. Since the time you're a little fellow, Hitler Youth has been indoctrinating you in the fact that the Fuhrer is the salvation of the nation. That's all you've heard. You certainly didn't kill a Jew. All you did was make sure that the trains operated on time, make sure that the cargo, whatever it may be, ended up where it should be. Are you responsible? Are you a participant in the murder of those people? If you remember the claim at Nuremberg, every German just said the words, "I was merely following orders." What the Torah is revealing to us is that if you are the background, but that background allows the murder to happen, you are a participant in that murder. The German who allowed the trains to be on time, the one who made sure that the switches were pulled exactly so that the human cargo should end up in their destination, is a participant in the murder of those people as everyone else was. Because without you it wouldn't have happened. You're only a cog in the wheel, but if that wheel is a wheel that murders humanity, you are a cog in a killing machine, and you are a killer as well. What the Sforno is telling us is, had the people of Shechem rebelled against such inhumanity, had they made it clear that such activities are not acceptable in our society, Shechem would never have done this. Therefore, because they sat back and allowed it to happen, they are considered participants. On some level, they are considered to be a part of what happens. I believe there is a very real message to us in our day and age from this. When we sit back and watch a world that accepts terrorists as just an expression of political activism, when we see an entire town rise up in a cry of tremendous celebration because one of theirs succeeded in killing a Jew, know and understand that everyone who raises his voice in a cry is not merely an innocent bystander. When CNN defends such actions, they're not just a cog in the wheel. They, as everyone else who allows for the murder of innocent men, women, and children, are a major participant. And what the Sforno is letting us know is, there's no such thing as I was just sitting by. if you sit by and witness murder, if you're part of a society that stands and allows that to happen, you are held accountable, you are held responsible. The city was the one that defiled Dinah because of their inactivity. Because of their inaction, they allowed it to happen. Therefore, they are considered murderers. That's why Reuven and Shimon killed him. And Yaakov's complaint afterwards wasn't that Reuven and Shimon were wrong. It wasn't morally that you've done something wrong. It was foolish to do it. It was foolish because those people amongst whom I live are stronger than me. Not that you acted morally incorrect, politically it was unwise. Understanding this allows us to understand the Torah's viewpoint on responsibility and allows us to understand what it means to be an innocent or not such an innocent bystander.